Hi everybody, Pat Huntoon here from Technique Junkies, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a glowing Christmas light background. That's pretty cool. We're going to be using the S842 Christmas lights from Technique Junkies, and it's this Christmas lights with some shading on it. And what I've done is I've actually used Memento gray flannel ink because it's not quite black, it's a little lighter, which I really like for this one, and I stamped it onto 80-pound Nina Solar white cardstock. So that's been stamped, pre-stamped for you here, for us here. And then all I'm going to do is color these Christmas lights. Now, I am using alcohol markers. I'm using Copic markers. You can use regular markers if you have some coordinating colors, because the idea is to make the actual lights glow in the same grouping. So I just find that using Copic markers is the easiest for that because I have so many color choices in my own stock. However, if you have dye-based markers, you can do this again with dye-based markers or with whatever alcohol-based markers you have. So what I've done is I've pulled out some groupings. I've pulled out two purplish. So I have V25 and BV0000. I pulled out G07 and YG11. I have R46 and R00. I have B16 and B000. Y02 is you're going to watch me put on the darkest color first, do all the darks, and then I'll come back and do the shading, but I'll come talk to you before then. So let me get started. Okay, so all my colors are in, and now I'm going to be doing the shading portion of it. Okay, so you're just pushing a little shading out, just a little bit. Just kind of making a little glow circle around it. And this fades a bit, so you won't see it as deeply and as darkly as it looks there. You can always go down a color value if it's too much color for you. I wanted it to, the first time I made it, I felt that some of my glows weren't strong enough and I wanted them to be a little stronger. So just go through and do the whole thing. Okay, so all of the colors are now on there and they're all shaded, but what I'm going to do now is the yellow. So I'm going to be taking the darker, the canary yellow, the Y02, which is a little bit darker than I'd like, and I'm going to go very close to the light and then follow up with a Y0000 just to make it a little lighter. So I'm going to do that in speedy time too. Okay, so now that I've softened all those yellow glows, I'm going to go in with the craft glitter gel pens. I'm going to grab a silver glitter gel pen from my kit. And I am going to take the connections between the line and the actual lights, and I'm going to turn that silver. Okay, so I have all the glowing on there. I have the silver on there. I think you can see it in the light. But I felt it needed a little bit more. So I wanted to add some gold shimmering bliss over the top, the topper gold shimmering bliss. So this is a topper. You want to put it on nice and light after you've moved all the mica around in the bottle. So I have that on there nice and lightly. And then I can take the crystal effect. So you can use, it's a clear craft cord. This one's made by Stampin' Up. There's several different kinds out there. I like Judy Kinn's Diamond Glaze. I've also used Tim Holtz's Glossy Accents. There's a couple different brand names. Basically what it does is, Nouveau has one also. Nouveau's is called Crystal Glaze. I mean, they all do the same thing. What I'm going to do now is just go over each, got a lot on that one. Go over each light gently. I don't even really need to add much here, just to make each one a little sparkly. Okay, so that's how fast that glaze goes down. And this is going to need to be put aside for at least a half an hour. I would even say an hour before I touch this again. But you can see it's going to dry just like that, where you see all that gold on there. I don't know if you can see the gold and the glaze from the crystal glaze. I just want to show you, I did not spray. I did not spray first. And you can see it's very bright white, but this is just so much prettier with the gold on it. And this one I will spray after all of those lights dry. All the crystal dries on those lights, and I'll end up with this effect. Okay, so this one was colored, and then the crystal glaze was put on it, and then the gold was put over the top of that. So you can see that it's a very pretty effect. In hindsight, I probably would have done this one the same way I showed you with the first. Color the lights, put the glaze on, and then put the gold over the top, because then it's really done. By the time that dries, you can just put it right down on the cardstock. It really doesn't matter which way you do it, though, to be honest with you. You might capture a little bit more gold on the lights when you spray it beforehand, which is kind of a nice effect. So that is how we make the glowing Christmas lights background. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give me a thumbs up on YouTube and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Bye now.